I'm in the mirror on the verge of tears. Like, I'm about to comb out my locks. I'm about to just start completely over.
As the sun shines on all of my glory, my flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of?
Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to Locs Lifestyle. Welcome back to another video. First and foremost, Happy New Year to you all. I hope everyone had a safe and enjoyable New Year. And I'm here with my first video of the year. So as you can see from this title, you guys, I am going to be showing you guys how I removed the red burgundy hair color and how I have this current color. So the camera is not picking it up very well, but it is kind of like a sandy brown auburny type of color. I will have pictures and everything of the color in the direct sunlight throughout this video. And I know y'all probably looking at me crazy like, girl, you just went red. And y'all right, I did. But I was red for about a month. And honestly, I just wasn't feeling it like I was the first time I went red. And I wanted something new for the new year. I did not want to go into the new year with that red burgundy hair color. And honestly, I have been wanting to go lighter since I started my lock journey. I'm well over a year into my lock journey. And I just like, I'm going to go for it. So I didn't get the color that I wanted, and I almost ruined my hair. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You will see throughout this video. I almost ruined my hair. But yes, right now, like I said, it's like a sandy brown color, and I'm not going to go light immediately, but this is something that I want to gradually do. I say by spring, summertime, I definitely want my hair to be significantly lighter. But yes, I just wanted to do a quick intro. Also during this video, it is going to be kind of chit chat style. It's going to be kind of like one of my transparency talk videos, just talking about some things that I have been feeling, just about myself, my hair, my life, and in general. I hope you all enjoy. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoy lock content, if you enjoy lifestyle content, if you enjoy self-help, self-development type of content, make sure to subscribe. Thank you all to my returning subscribers. Don't forget to like this video, leave me a comment down below, and follow me on Instagram, Snatched by Sharmel. And yeah, now let's get into this video. So I was debating on what I wanted my first video of the year to be. I did not want to come on camera with a bonnet and all of this the first time y'all see me, but hey, it is what it is. As you guys can see from the title, today I am going to be removing this red dye from my hair, okay? So I'm looking crazy by the head. If you've been following some of my vlogs, I colored my hair red about 4 weeks ago. I think exactly 4 weeks ago. And honestly, it was definitely a impulsive type of color treatment. I had washed my hair. I was getting ready to retwist my hair. I seen I had some leftover red products in my cabinet, and I was like, I'm about to color my hair red. And that's what I did. I've been just kind of waiting it out, trying to let it settle, hoping that I would get used to it. But I had to come to terms that I wasn't really digging it. So yeah, I'm going to be removing this red out of my hair. So I'm going to be using this Color Oops hair color remover. This is the extra strength. I've actually used this Color Oops product maybe a couple years ago on like a wig. I've never actually used it on my real hair, so fingers crossed nothing happens. But honestly, the way I've been feeling about my hair, we're gonna get into that in this video. But first, let me just tell you what I'm gonna be doing first, and then we can kind of get into the chatty part of this video. So like I said, I'm going to be using this Color Oops color remover. I have 2 boxes. So if you've never used this product before or never heard of it, basically, say you colored your hair or lightened your hair, and then you put like a darker color or some kind of color over it. Basically, when you use this product, it will remove like whatever color you added and return it back to the original color that you lifted your hair to. So when I first started my locks, I started with lifted hair. My hair was kind of like a dull brown color. A few months before starting my lock journey, I had used like a box dye of like a honey blonde color on my hair. So I'm hoping that when I use this, it will return back to like that honey blonde color that I started my locks with. So like I said, I started with the honey blonde. I started my locks with the honey blonde color. I maintained that for about 6 months into my journey, and then I went red. For the red, I used the Adore semi-permanent red hair color. I did use some of the L'Oreal High Color on my roots and untreated hair just to make sure that the color was cohesive and it lifted properly. But outside of that, I mainly stick to like semi-permanent dyes. After red, I went black with another semi-permanent dye, and then I maintained the black for a while, and then like I said 4 weeks ago, I went back red with another semi-permanent dye because the black had faded quite a bit. Depending on the color that it comes out, I have some Wella toner, I have some Shimmer Lights shampoo and conditioner, and then I also have a couple of other semi-permanent. So like I have like a honey blonde semi-permanent hair color, and then I also have another box dye of a blonde. So depending on what color this lifts my hair to, then I'll go in with either the toner or the box dye or another semi color to kind of tone it out and even it depending on the color that I get. So that was very wordy and winded, but that is what I'm going to be doing to my hair. So let's get into it. Alright, so for the most part, I'm just going to be following the directions on the box. However, to prep my hair, just because, you know, I'm doing a processing treatment, want to make sure that my hair doesn't dry out. So I'm going to start by just using some hair oil. I just kind of blended some oils together. So it's like black Jamaican castor oil, Montalia Wahi healing oil. It's some Dew Grow in here. It's just like a little medley of oils that I mixed up, and I'm just gonna spray that on my hair. So I also want to protect my skin and my hairline. Usually I would use Vaseline, but I don't have any, so I'm gonna probably just use a little shea butter. And then I'm going to separate my hair into 4 sections, and then I'm just going to apply the product. So I decided that while we do this video, I wanted to do kind of like a mental health check-in. At first I was going to do like a separate video, like a chit chat style video, but some of what I'm going to talk about, it also incorporates my hair a little bit. So I decided that I'll just kind of chat with you guys. If you guys have been like following some of my chit chat videos, then you guys already kind of know like the backstory on everything that has kind of transpired over these last few years. I think my recent one I did maybe just in November, either November or October, and it was titled "Do You Really Like You?" I'll link that video down below for you guys to check out if you just want like more background on everything. But long story short, these last 2 years, from 2020 up until now, the end of 2021, have probably been like the hardest years I think I've ever experienced in my entire life. A lot has just kind of transpired and tested me in a lot of ways that I never thought I would be tested. And when I made my last video about like, do you really like you or something like that, I was talking, you know, about how I've kind of reached this place where I've been enjoying, where I can say that I really like who I am. And I still 100% stand on those thoughts. I 100% do like this person that I'm becoming. However, the process is not easy. So I think like just in general, when you go through major life changes, like I feel like there's a shock. Like it's a process. It's different phases of it, you know. So I feel like initially there's like shock, right? So when things start going haywire, you just kind of like, what's going on? So 2020, at least like the first half of 2020, was definitely like the shock phase for me. And then I feel like there's just like a numbness phase where you're just kind of numb to everything that's going on. And then you're kind of on autopilot. And so I feel like for a long time, for a while, for at least a year, I was just kind of in that numbness, autopilot phase, just kind of like, just, I don't really know how to explain it. I was just numb and on autopilot for a long time. And so then I feel like the phase, at least for me, after that was kind of like relief. So that's kind of where my last video, I feel like that's the phase that I was in, like a relief. Like I told you guys, a lot of what I had kind of been working towards and working on over these last few years, I finally started to see a lot of it finally happening. And you know, I don't want to say I had processed everything that had took place the previous year, but you know, I just started to see a shift in how things were happening, and I finally had reached a point of like not being 100% submerged in all the chaos. I felt like I had reached a point where I was just kind of, you know, I had relief. Like I felt good. Like obviously there was still a long ways to go, but you know, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you know, I talked about in my last video how I dealt with just like a lot of grief, a lot of illness, just a lot of changes over these last 2 years. And I told you guys in that video that I probably still hadn't 100% processed all of it. And I definitely hadn't processed all of it. And now that we are at the end of a year, going into a new year, you know, it's time for reflection. I feel like a lot of people are like, I can't believe it's a new year already. I definitely feel that way. And because of that, you know, everybody's getting their New Year's resolutions, goal setting for 2022. And I've just been doing a lot of reflecting, and I'm not gonna lie, I've just been feeling a little anxious. And it kind of caught me by surprise. And so I said all that to say is, like I said, so first you have like the shock phase. Then you have the numb autopilot phase. Then you have relief. And then now I feel like I'm going into like a season of, because I feel like now that I'm removed from a lot of what was going on last year, like I said, I feel relieved. I've been having time to like think and reflect on a lot that has transpired, and now I feel like I'm going into a season of kind of like healing, rebuilding, and things like that. And let me say this before we go any further, like it's kind of like I feel like split into. So on one end, I have no doubt in my mind that everything that I desire, I have no doubt in my mind that God will provide. I have no doubt in my mind that I will be okay. Like I know I'm going to be okay because I can look at the record. I can look at how far I've come in these last 2 years, and you know, I can stand on that. That gives me hope. That gives me faith. So I know that I'm going to be all right. However, the process in getting there, I'm still human. The process in getting there is the part that hurts, right? All the character building and the healing is hard. It hurts. And you know, I've been telling you guys, like, I'm transitioning into a new version of myself. And, you know, that process can be scary. That process can be hard. That process hurts sometimes. And now that I feel like I'm really getting into, like, the rebuilding part of it and really processing a lot that has happened, it's bringing up a little anxiety. I'm not going to lie to you guys. On top of that, you guys know, like, the numbers are spiking again with the virus and everything like that. And let me just say, I'm one of those people where I feel like I'm not afraid of the virus. I've already had the virus for one. And I know you can get it again and all that other stuff. I'm not really worried about that. The virus doesn't really scare me or cause me anxiety. It's the chaos surrounding the virus. So constantly being like bombarded with just too much information all the time. Like, you cannot get away from it. Literally, when you turn on the TV, they're talking about it. If you turn on the radio, they're talking about it. If you get online, they're talking about it. I was in my office at work yesterday, and I was on the elevator. The little TV screen on the elevator was talking about stuff about the virus, and it's just like, it's just sensory overload. I feel like we're constantly being bombarded with just certain images and just certain language that induces like fear and anxiety, and it's kind of getting to me. That has been stressing me out. I was doing good, and then like as like within the last week, it's just becoming too much, right? So that's part of it. And then just this week I ended up having another situation, which I won't go into too much detail about, but I ended up having a situation that really triggered me. I feel like these last couple of weeks I've been getting hit with triggers. I've been getting triggered like left and right, and I've been trying to work on like managing my triggers, and you know, it's part of the growth process. So I kind of felt like they were coming, but like I said, dealing with it is still a process. And so basically I had a conversation with someone earlier this week, and it just did not turn out how I had hoped for it to be, and that really triggered me, and that just kind of sent me on a downward spiral. And then on top of that, I was on my laptop, and like my Google Docs, not my Google Docs, but my Google Drive for my email or whatever, it's almost full or something. So I was on my Google Drive trying to clear up some storage, and then some videos, some of my YouTube videos from like 2019 was on there, and I was started watching them and then looking at the videos, y'all. It was just a completely different person. Y'all already know, if you've been keeping up with my vlogs, I've been kind of struggling with my weight gain over these last 2 years. And so seeing those videos, seeing how small I was, I don't know, I just started getting triggered with so many different emotions. And I'm just like, oh my God, like what happened to me? Like that's just kind of how I was feeling, like what happened to me? It got to the point where like I'm in the mirror on the verge of tears, like I'm about to comb out my locks, I'm about to just start completely over, I'm about to, you know, I just had this feeling like I was just about to, I don't know what I was about to do. But I say all that to say, like, I don't know, these last 2 weeks have been pretty emotional for me, and it's one of those things where it's like I don't really communicate these things with people all the time, especially not in real time. So I've been really emotional, and I haven't really had the time to even really sit with my emotions or deal with it because it's the holidays and so much is going on. So, you know, like it's just a lot going on, and you feel a certain way inside, but you don't want to project that outwardly because you don't want to kill the vibe. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I was in the mirror about to lose my mind. I was really sitting here like I'm about to comb my locks out. I was so ready to just comb them out and just, I don't know, just start over. Like I just wanted to become a whole new person. And so that kind of like ties into how I'm right here right now, removing this red from my hair. I've kind of noticed that whenever my life is a little uneasy, I get really impulsive with my hair, right? And just kind of how I started the video off. When I went red, this was definitely a very impulsive decision. And I'm like, why did I do that? And like I said, it wasn't bad, but I just wasn't feeling it. And another thing that I have kind of noticed, just as far as like life in general, especially as it relates to like my loc journey, I didn't realize it at the time. So if you guys have been following my loc journey, you guys know I always talk about like when I started my journey. So prior to starting my journey, I knew I had wanted locs at some point in my lifetime. I thought it would be later on in my 30s. I started my locs like maybe a month before I turned 30, but in my mind, I didn't see myself starting my locs until like maybe mid 30s or something like that. But a month prior to starting my locs, I just had this kind of urge to lock my hair. I don't know where it came from. It was just like one day I woke up and I was like, once I take this protective style out, I had like twist or braids or something, faux locks, something in my head. I was like, after I take these braids out and film this last hair video that I have a commitment for, I'm locking my hair. And I did exactly that. And at the time, I didn't understand it. I thought I was just like wanted locs and I was just ready to lock my hair. But in hindsight, looking back, I think a big part of me locking my hair was so much was going on and out of my control at that time, and I feel like I wanted something that I could be in control of. And hair has always been one of those things for me. Like, I can control what I do with my hair. I can, you know, it's just something that I would have control over, and it's something that I could nurture. You know, the whole process of locking your hair, it's a whole process, it's a whole journey. And I felt like it was something to kind of take my mind off of the chaos that was going on around that time, and just something that I could put my energy into and focus on and nurture on and just be in control of something. And like I said, I didn't realize that at the time, but I do think that was a big part of me locking my hair. And I say all that to say, hold on y'all, because I just ran out of this one product. So I'm about to refill, I'm about to open the second box, and then I'll come back and finish what I was about to say. Yeah, like I was saying, basically when I started my life journey, it was a lot going on in my life, right? And 2 days ago when I was in the mirror on the verge of tears about to comb my locks out, you know, I started thinking about, like, you know how some people say, like, or some people believe that we hold, like, energy and certain stuff in our hair. And I don't necessarily believe that, I don't want to say I don't believe it, but I don't think I've ever been, like, really affected or fazed about the thought of us holding energy in our hair. But what I can say is that I've just been kind of walking through, like, this association with my locks, and just life and how everything, I just feel like, I'm trying to see how I put it, like, just kind of what I've been associating my locks with. I don't know if I like that, right? When I look at my hair sometimes, I just, like, I can go back to, like, certain months, let's say month 4 or whatever in my journey, and I can remember everything that was going on around that time. That's kind of what I've been dealing with when I look at my hair sometimes. And so part of me, like I said, I was ready to comb them out. And I'm like, I can't comb my locks out. First of all, I don't think I'm ready to, like, deal with loose hair and combing hair and stuff. That's part of the reason. And then I'm like, how am I gonna comb these locks out after I've been working on building this lock brand and doing all this lock content and people locking their hair because of me, and I'm over here thinking about combing my locks out. I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but this has just kind of been, like, thoughts I've been having over this last week. But part of me wanted to just comb my locks out and start completely over, just so that I can associate my lock journey with something else, because I wasn't feeling what I personally was associating my lock journey with. Now, I was just starting to feel like my locks had a negative association, and I kind of just wanted to start over. Now, will I do that? I'm still not sure yet. But I did feel like for the new year, I just wanted something different. I wanted to switch it up. Like I was saying before, I already wasn't really feeling this red in my hair in the first place. And so that's why I'm removing it, because I just kind of wanted to start fresh. I also feel like I've just come so far in my life journey, y'all, that I don't know if I'm even really ready to start over. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've just been going through the motions, and that's what I keep telling myself, like, this too shall pass. Like I said before, when I look back on how far I've come, like, so, you know, I try to focus my thoughts and my energy towards that, and understanding that better days are on the horizon. I was watching the series finale of Insecure, and so I was watching, like, the after show that comes on after each episode with, like, Issa, and it was another writer from the show. And one of the questions he asked, he was like, you know, do you think Issa is over her insecurity? Is she finally secure? And they answered it in a way that, like, really resonated with me. And they were just saying, like, part of Issa's journey or whatever and it's just, I feel like it's all of our life journey, is that, you know, part of being secure is understanding that you're going to have insecurities and that, you know, you're going to go through these different phases in life, but just learning how to basically ride the wave. And I'm like, that is so true. And that's something that I have definitely been trying to implement over these last few years. And I've been getting better, because I can be a little dramatic. I'm a Libra, y'all, and my scales be tipping, okay? When my scales start tipping, they be tipping for real. But I definitely can say, like, you know, the older I get, like I said, I'm stressed out right now. I'm having a moment. I'm working through some feelings and I'm processing them. But like I was saying, I know that this too shall pass. Yeah, it's just kind of like the waves and roller coasters of life. So yeah, I just kind of want something new for the new year. I want a fresh start, honestly. Like, I'm proud of myself and everything that I did this year, but you know, I'm just ready for the next level. And I just kind of want to start on a fresh foot with something different. Not different, but I want this red out my hair. And I'm getting nervous because it's still looking very red. I'm gonna be sad. I want this red on my hair. I'm so annoyed with myself for even putting it on there. But yeah, honestly, I wanted to go like lighter since early on in my loc journey, but I was just always so afraid. I know people mean well, so it's like I don't take offense to it, but like early in my loc journey, I was just listening to a lot. I was watching a lot of videos, listening to a lot of different advice, especially when it came to like bleaching and coloring your hair and things like that. And so I always, like I said, stayed with like the semi-permanents, the rinses, or box dyes, just because I just felt like I can scratch that itch and it be in the safest manner possible. But I don't know, I just feel like whenever I do that, I'm not really getting, I'm settling essentially, and I'm not necessarily getting what I want. And so I have been wanting to go lighter since earlier in my loc journey, but I was just too afraid to do it. And I'm not saying I'm going completely blonde, but I definitely want to go back to like a lighter shade, some brown hues and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm hoping this works. I don't know. I've been working on some of my goals and stuff for next year, and I've already started implementing some of them before the new year has even started. Like, I have to work on like my habits. I've become very impulsive, and I feel like part of it is that this these last 2 years, I just kind of realized that life is so short, and like anything can change at the drop of the dime. And I feel like because of that, like, I've just been riding on impulse. Like, whatever I want to do in that moment, I just do it, which isn't bad, but I feel like I want to be a little more disciplined. So I'm working on my discipline this year and just not settling. Just like I was talking about with my hair, I feel like I settle for a lot of things. The safest thing is hair, y'all. If I gotta comb this out and start over, I don't want to do that, but I just want what I want. But I'm doing okay. I know it sounded like I just got on here and was crying and like whining about stuff this whole video, but working on being more transparent. I'm so nervous right now because my hair is still very, very red. And I know like once you wash it, that's when it like rinses all the color out, but Jesus. Alright, so I'm about to finish applying this to my head. I have a little more left of this second bottle, so I'm just about to work that into my hair. I'm going to let it sit under a cap for like 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'm going to wash my hair. It says you're supposed to like rinse it for like 20 minutes, I think. You're supposed to rinse it for a minute, so I'm going to do all of that, and then I'll come back and show you guys how it looks right after I wash it and stuff. And depending on what color it is, we will go from there. Alright, y'all, so it has been sitting for like 20 minutes. I have not looked at it but I decided I'll show you guys what it's looking like before we rinse. I think it's working. It's giving me real ginger right now. My ends are still looking very red, and I don't like that. But I might be able to work with them. Okay, let's rinse. I shampooed and rinsed 3 times using this shampoo right here. This is the Organics Refreshing Scalp and Tea Tree Mint Shampoo. So I used this and shampooed my hair 3 times. And then I went in with some conditioner. And this is the Organics Damage Remedy Coconut Miracle Oil. And I've already seen the color. Alright, y'all. So off top, I am very happy with how well the product took. It is kind of on like the orangey gingerish side, which isn't a bad color, honestly. It's actually, I don't know. I've been sitting here debating on if I kind of want to keep it like this ginger color, because I know this like ginger thing is in right now, or if I want to tone it. But I like it. I do like it. It's one patch over here that I didn't put the product on well, so it kind of has some red right here. It's giving real Keisha Cole, I Don't Love You, which she used to have like that red bronzy type of look, but it's okay. That's minor. It's very orange. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking some of this Cream of Nature box color, and this is in the lightest blonde, and I kind of want to apply this onto my ends, to the tips, to lighten them a little more. And then I'm not going to darken my roots, but I do want to go in with just a little bit of toner. I'll probably go in with this Shimmer Lights toning mask and just apply a little bit of that around like my hairline and the roots of my hair, just to tone it a little bit, to make it just a little better. My roots are already starting to grow out anyways from when I colored my hair red. I'm gonna have dark roots really soon, so I'm not tripping too much, but I do think I want to go in with just a little bit of this at my roots to tone it, and then some of this box dye on the ends. But overall, I'm very happy with how well the color oops worked, and I like instantly feel 10 times better. The red wasn't bad, but it just wasn't doing it for me. I don't know what it was. So I'm just going to finish my hair off camera because I don't want this video to be too long. I'm going to also combine a few of my locks. These ones on the ends have been bothering me. It's just my finer areas. So I'm probably going to combine these two over here. And I'm also going to combine these two on this side. And yeah, I'm gonna finish my hair like I said, and then I'll come back with the final product or something after I like pull myself together. But I definitely wanted to show you guys the first look on how it turned out. Alright, I just had to jump back on camera because things almost went completely left. So I wanted to go a little lighter. I started putting the box dye on there. I did not even have it on for any more than maybe like 5 minutes, and my hair started to turn green. I noticed it a little bit, and I'm like, maybe it's just like the product just sitting on top of my hair. But then my boyfriend came in. I hadn't mentioned anything about me thinking that it was turning green, and he was like, I think your hair is turning green. And so once he confirmed it, I went ahead and rinsed my hair. After I rinsed it, some like the ends were definitely green, so luckily I had some of this in my stash. This is the honey brown, and I also had some cinnamon, so I went ahead and mixed a little bit of both of these, and I applied it to the ends of my hair to kind of bring back that ginger color. Now it did kind of darken it a little bit, which I'm a little disappointed, but it's not green. So yes, I just wanted to get back on camera and say that, because I don't want any of you guys following what I did and then your hair turns green. I've seen people use like a box blonde after they did the color oops and they didn't have any problems, but my hair wasn't having it. And I know there's a lot that goes into like the color chart and the color wheel when it comes to coloring hair, bleaching hair, removing color, and things like that. And since I have colored my hair a few times, somewhere in the breakdown something wasn't right. So that's something to be mindful of if you are doing this at home yourself. I tell you guys all the time, I'm not a professional. If I mess up, you know, I understand that it was my fault and what I did. So I just want to say that, because that is a risk you take when you do these things yourself. So yeah, I feel like in this lighting, my hair looks really, really dark. I don't have any natural lighting, but I looked at it in the direct sunlight and it's a very pretty color. I'll try to insert a picture of what it looks like in the direct sunlight. So I'm just going to write it out with this color right now. This is not the color that I was going for, but it's not red anymore. That's all that I really care about. So I'm just going to let it be for a while, monitor it for the next month or so to see how it's doing, and then probably do some more research and stuff to figure out how I can go a little lighter than this. But for now, it's gonna work. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the finished look. Well, I'm about to retwist my hair first. It's still super pretty. I'm not mad at it. But alright, you guys, I will see you guys later.